Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is the Forex Blue Key, and in this video guys we are on the second part of the mastery series that we started. And so today we're going to be talking about smart money concept, and yes, order block is a component of smart money. So we're going to be specializing on order block. We're going to talk about what order blocks are, the components behind order block, and how to identify valid order blocks and trade them. Right? Sounds nice. All right, so you have to stick around to the end of this video so that you don't miss out on anything, guys. And also try just hit the subscribe button. It's just going to take you 2 seconds to do that. 1 2 9 done. And also like this video and comment in the comment section, guys. So without any further ado, after the intro, let's get into the chart. Let's go. All right, guys, so welcome back. Right, first of all, do not mind my drawing. I just did this for example purposes only. Okay, so we're still talking about order blocks. Right now, this is one of the very fundamental components of smart money. You need to understand order blocks for you to be able to understand how smart money trading actually works. Right, it's very basic, it's very fundamental. So normally we do buy and sell at resistance and support levels, that is areas of interest, or we call them supply and demand zones. Right, so we've got a level right here, so this is our demand zone and a supply zone. Right, so we sell from here. Where's this? We tend to sell from this region excuse me, and we buy from this region. Very basic, right? So we've got impulsive moves, correction, impulsive move that make up the structure as a whole. But then this may not really be enough information to actually give us a reason to sell or to buy, because there could be so much manipulations in the market. There could be other reasons why we might end up losing the trade, because we're just basically selling and buying from this zone. So we'll need something extra to give us more confidence in the market, more confirmation in the market, to actually know where to position our areas of interest. That is where order blocks actually come into place. So there are lots of videos explaining order blocks. I just want to do something a little bit simple for us to basically understand this. They are areas of interest, right? So but then we could say that order blocks are enhanced or optimized area of supply or demand. What I mean by optimized or enhanced is that they are actually places where the institutions or large financial bodies actually accumulate their orders and then gather a lot of momentum in the market to move or push the market to a particular direction. So should we have this area of interest, or should we have this supply zone and demand zone at this point? What we're going to be looking for is how to identify that place or that particular candle which this big or financial institutions actually create or place or stack or accumulate most of their orders before the market start pushing in a particular direction. That is where we're going to consider as our area of interest. That is where we're going to consider as our optimized area of interest, which is usually called the order block. So it usually appears or being represented in a form of a candle or a doji, or just a solid candle, but basically a candle though actually. So let me just show you guys a typical example. Now, one thing to also consider as a very beginner when understanding smart money is that these order blocks are usually the last push, the last buy candle before the sell candle in a downtrend, right? Or the last sell candle before the buy candle starts, and that impulsive move starts in an uptrend. So, excuse me, that is just one major way to identify an order block, right? But sometimes it does appear as a weak candle, not necessarily a full-bodied strong candle, just like that. But right, so what we can see here in this example, or this little drawing that I just made right here, is that you can see that this is the last buy candle the last buy candle. Obviously this looks like a downtrend because we have more of the impulsive move to the downside, right? And then this is a correction happening. So if this is a supply zone somewhere around this region, right here is a supply zone, and then we see a lot of accumulations happening here, market just going up and down. But then after the whole so many accumulations, we now see price that plunge into the downside. Now, how do we identify this order block? The order block is usually the last buy candle before the impulsive move actually starts. That's simple. The last buy candle before this impulsive move starts. So if I'm to use this whole place as my area of interest, or the supply zone, where am I going to use as my particular area of interest? Because that is the whole bone of contention here, to get the particular place where I can actually place my sell orders because I'm in a downtrend. So on the flip side, it's the same thing, right? For the buy side. So this last buy candle before this push to the downside is going to be my area of interest, because this is the order block that I am looking for right here. This candle right here is the order block. And mind you, this candle can come in different shapes, sizes, or forms. So don't be carried away to see only a full-blown candle just like this. Excuse me, having a bit of a cold. So it could appear as a really tiny candle like this. It could appear as a candle with a wick, just like this. A wick just like this. It could just be a very weak candle, or it could be a full body candle, but then it's usually the last buy candle before the sell push actually starts. So for an uptrend, it's going to be like the last. If this is an uptrend, for example, our order block is going to be this particular candle right here. So this is the last sell candle before the buy actually started, right? So what we're waiting for right now, this is our optimized position. This is our optimized area of interest, because we've identified our order block sitting just on this corner right here. Okay, so what I'm going to wait for is price to go down. As usual, this is the impulsive move, so I'm going to wait for price to come back up into this particular zone to get my premium entries. Now, a lot of retail traders might take their sell positions from anywhere in the 50% level of this impulsive move, anywhere around. It doesn't really matter. If you're a smart money trader, you want to get in at the optimized price, not the price that every other person gets in, or every other retail trader gets in. You want to use an order block most times. And then these order blocks are just not always going to work for you. You need to understand that, because they are not a holy grail where you see every order block actually works. So there are criteria, there are things that are conditions that we look out for. That actually confirms or validates an order block to be actually correct, or valid or invalid, so to say, right? So one of the criteria to look out for, or the basic one, is the trend. Very important, guys. The trend is very important. So for you to validate a particular order block, you need to know that, okay, am I on the right trend? Is it a downtrend, or is the market trending to the downside or to the upside? If in this case we're trending to the downside, so this order block right here would be a valid order block, because it gives us that push, that momentum to the downside. So we want to get in when at that particular candle that these institutions actually created, because they have accumulated a lot of orders in that candle, hence the move to the downside, right? So when this price gets back there, it kind of forms like a trigger. It reacts to it. Now, mind you, even if this order block is not valid, there's always going to be a reaction. Even if it's going to like go up here and then still break it and just keep moving up, you're definitely going to see a reaction, like price is going to just drop a little bit and then before it actually takes it out. That is because order blocks always carry open positions for this institution. So when price meets the order block again, it actually have a reaction which releases some pips to the market before price actually takes it out or actually drops. So trend is very important. We need to be on the right trend to be able to identify that. And then one other criteria to look for is the unmitigated order block, in the sense that this order block are like one-time ticking bomb, right? So if this order block is created here and no candle has gone back to mitigate it, to touch it or close it, it means that it is unmitigated and it's still valid. So when we have price, something like this, for example, maybe this weak candle just comes and hits somewhere around here, and drops down, this is a mitigation already. So there is no imbalance here to be filled, which is something we're going to discuss in the next chapter. There is no imbalance to be filled. It has already been filled, and so price could easily just come and violate this particular order block and move up, although this is more like a partial mitigation. Anyways, just leave that for another day. All right, so we have trend, we have on mitigation or mitigated candles, and then we also have imbalance, which I'm still going to treat in the next class, liquidity. Right, so this is just the basic concept of how order block actually works. And if you understand this and you haven't seen the video I made on market structure, you should definitely go check that out, guys, because it explains explicitly how this pullback and correction works. So if you understand how the pullback and correction really works, and then you add it with this order blocks that we're looking out for with the trend, definitely it already puts you on the a greater advantage or edge on how to pick trades from very premium positions and start trading. And guys, if you're liking this video already and you haven't subscribed to my channel, guys, please do that just by showing so much love, subscribing to the channel, liking this video, so that we could actually do more stuffs like this, and then you could join us in this series that we're doing right now. It's really going to be educative, and a lot of value is still piled up to come your way. Right, so let's just quickly check the chart, one or two things, and identify some order blocks before we end this class. All right, so remember we talked about order blocks, basically how to identify them. They are just the last push candles, right? So let's just get into here. Where you can see right here, see this little bit of accumulation right here, and then we have this sell candle, and then market started going to the upside, right? So market started pushing up, and this is definitely an order block. So if I should identify or draw a line somewhere around here, or put this as my new area of interest, you could see that at some point right here, price came back down, mitigated it, and then started pushing to the upside, although this is the current market, so we're not seeing much move already. And then let's check out some more order blocks. Right here is an area of interest. We have this order block, which is the last candle, this last push, this last buy. Like I said, it must not always be a full solid candle, right? It could just be like a candle with a wick or a doji candle like this. But as far as you understand the concept behind it, like the last push, they create this candle, they start buying here, then they start selling immediately. So when they are buying, this position is already left open. So what happens there is that it's just like you open a buy position like with 100 lots, right? You open a buy position with 100 lots. Imagine you're a bank, and then when you open that position, you don't close the buy position, and then you start selling immediately. So what happens is that this particular order, this buy order, is still open, and then it's going to be in drawdown, right? So all of this, the sell positions are going to be in profit, but this particular position is going to be in drawdown. So they will definitely come back, push this market, start buying again, just to come and close this position. And once they close that position, hence you see the market start moving the opposite direction. So even if this order block was just meant to close their position and not to actually push the market again, there will always be a reaction because money was just released in the market or closed, right? So you can actually do more back testing for this. This is another order block right here. So I marked the zone out. We traded this with the team. This is more of order block and liquidity wipe, which I'm still going to treat in the next class. You can see that this order block right here was created. There's a buy candle right here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me zoom in a little bit. There is a buy candle right here, this buy, and then market started selling almost immediately, right? But then it was never mitigated, right? And we are in a downtrend, obviously, just like the criteria that I mentioned. We're in a downtrend, and this order block was not mitigated, and there's an imbalance here. And then the next thing we see is that price start dropping down, and then again there's what we call trendline liquidity that is just sitting here. So a lot of imbalance, a lot of liquidity here, and then what we want to see is price coming back there to mitigate a premium entry, right? Let's see what happened. Can you see this right here? Price just jumped in with a weak closed and then started dropping massively. Most times when price actually mitigates an order block, you see it drops massively, guys. So I wouldn't want to take much of our time, guys. This is just a quick one on order block and how to actually identify them and trade them. So we're going to get more videos on how to combine all of this with the liquidity, with imbalance, trend, and everything, put them together and then start trading and getting premium positions. 1:10, 1:8. Those are the kind of risk to reward that you get using order block strategies like this, guys. So again, if you like this video, please if you like this video, do comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think about it. Also like and subscribe, because this is really going to help the channel to grow. We're just a small community trying to grow, and I hope that I keep giving value and then we keep coming back to do this together. Again, you can join my Telegram group. I give free signals, I give free education right there, and then we talk about a lot of stuff and account management systems as well. Right, guys, so without any further ado, I'm gonna see you in the next video. So bye for now.